Yeah. What's going on, guys? This is McDoctor here, second to none custom today. We're going over a few things in the car in the RX7 GSL-SC restoration. There's a few parts that are, pardon me, that I obtained. When I bought this car, I didn't have a lot of parts. It was converted from a rotary to pretty much put a LF swap on it. I had the option to buy the motor. I turned it on because I'm trying to put this to its glory days, which is the rotary motor. We did some work the other day here, some bracing as you guys seen, and some welding. We fixed it up, cleaned it up, whole base on the coating like they used to do back in the days, you know what I mean? Most restorations they used to do that, and that's what the reason this car that had last 30 some years around. So I trying to do it closest to the OEM parts, you know, the way it did. We cleaned up everything. I had these factory OEM motor mounts from my other trail that I have, the parts car. Paint them up last night, cleaned them up, threw them in place, so that's already literally to put the motor on. I got a few other parts that I obtained, the R key for the car. Like I said, it was a parts car for somebody else's project, and they eliminated everything that has to do with the Mazda system. So I'm putting everything that was back in here, and a lot of parts didn't have it, and I obtained a few. So I'll show you guys what I got. All right, one of them we need is this little radiator right here, which it functions for the transmission and is important. It goes on the bottom of the car, and I didn't have it, as you can see. So the key that I have that. This is a Mazda cash can, if you could say, for the vacuums and all that, you know, comes out of the carburetor, which is carburetor now. It wasn't before, it was fuel injection. This is important. Another thing that's important that we got is the ignition coils. This thing, they pass a lot of voltage. Without this, your Mazda will not function. Anybody that own a rotary in the past, they know they function a lot of electricity, a lot of voltage. So the coil is key. Like, I couldn't even find this in Facebook. Boyo might give it to me, so I got lucky. And that's what we put it on back. Also the reservoir bottles. This one, I think it goes for the motor. There's one that works with the motor to cool it down. Don't quote me on it. And there's one for the wiper. I think this might be the wiper one. This might be the radiator one. I gotta look it up. So yeah, those are essentials that, you know, the Mazda is gonna need. Those are components that, you know, all stock parts that I'm trying to put that hires the volume and is gonna complete the bill at the end. So I'm gonna get to put a few of them right in a couple minutes. Stay tuned. First, we'll start with these reservoir bottles. At first, I couldn't figure out, you know, what was the slots for it, but then I figured them out as I checked them. For 20 some years, they're not bad. They could use a good cleaning at the end. For right now, just gonna put everything back in place so I know what I'm missing out of the car and whatnot at the end. This one. Tricky, they just lay down. Pretty sure that one goes there if it's perfect for the height. This other one, I'm assuming, is the wiper one, because it got lines, mad long, which I will indicate is probably the wiper hood. So, same thing, we're gonna put it back in its place. Took me a minute to figure out how they go, but same thing, they just light it in there. That's it, that's good money. Roll this out of the way. All hanging and dangling and shit. Money. And like I said, we got the cash can. These things there, the prices, man, if you could find them, you have to go like eBay. You go on like book of money. So I'm very lucky to have all these. part that won't end the car, so I got lucky that I saved them from another part. Been saving. They come down, you know. You could tell this is the cash cancel. This is gonna go to the carburetor now that we have, which I don't know if I might need it because I got a filter now the whole carburetor had, but we're gonna put it back on here and we'll figure out trying to put everything back to start. Now these over here, you know, they look like two old kind of freaking solenoids, if you could call them a starter. These pass a lot of voltage to the car. It's two wires that connect into the distributor cap, and then two wires of the distributor cap that go into the motor itself. But yeah, this is also another part that's hard to get. I was lucky one of my boys had it, and he felt bad in a situation that it happened with the other car. It wasn't his fault. His boy sold me a car with a fucked up title on purpose, so I ended up being a part, and he gave me these, you know, kind of like matrix, which he wasn't involved in it, but it's all good. It's all off. These is as much as you want to pay. Some people I seen them for 150. I seen them for as much as 300 if you could find them OEM. Good penny. So lucky to have this. If you go right here in the firewall, got these two holes. Of course, that's his original mounting. Gotta get a 10mm. And yeah, we got the transmission cooling radiator on. Have to modify a little bit, but everything's on. Everything in place. I still got a lot of space for the 13-day engine to go be in it. We got the catch can on. We got the reservoirs already in there. We got the engine coil for the distributor. We're making good process, so pretty soon we should be doing an engine review, maybe an engine makeover and a paint job, paint it real quick when it's clean. But yeah, I can't wait for the motor and stuff. So until the next time, I want to say thanks for watching. Every single one of you. I appreciate all of you guys. And until the next time, stay tuned. Please subscribe, comment, and peace. Yeah, man, I'm pumped. You know, like, we're getting done soon. Now that we got the engine done, the engine bay already prepped. This should be done this week. I got this little bit left over, you know what I mean? So sandy, I got it reprime it, and it's done. I got new fenders coming in for it. The hood's gonna get work separate. Getting new lights. This side is not as bad as the east side. Like, the car wasn't bad at all. Just little scratches and necks that I had to do, but pretty much done. We're getting close to finishing, so yeah. This is things that are gonna be finalizing soon. I'm pumped, man. Here's the new fender. I gotta go sand it. Get that morning and straight. Not too bad. Just gotta get it done. Oh, we got the headquarters. Here we got parts of the engine. So some of them parts that I acquired had from previous builds. Some of them I got them from friends and stuff like that. This is the new lights. You gotta get sanded and fit. And you know, clip. The ones they're gonna go on there, I gotta polish them. I already did too. These are the old fenders, you guys remember. But all that work for nothing, so now I gotta do the other two. Even though they're not bad, but getting replaced. The one was like all bando right there. And like the way they look. And this one it had a dent right in the light, so I wouldn't not lined up. We got new ones. I'm taking like the RX7 badges, the door copy. But yeah, got a mess right now because I'm going through parts, looking for screws and everything possible I could use for the best. It actually belongs to the car. Here, of course, my display room, I call it. Kind of my paint booth. But yeah, right now it's my display room, so you know, there's nothing going on. We got the track build going on here, hiding. We got stuff coming for her, but right now, we gotta get the RX7 going, you know what I mean? And I wanna take my time with the hatch, so it comes out right. It's gonna be after all, track hatch. Going down the track, it's gonna be very fast, hopefully. So we gotta take our time how we're building it. But yeah, just stay tuned for those that, you know, they got like the content on the hatch going on. Apologize, you know what I mean? Things are costly. And it's Christmas after all, so you know, we got the kids and the family and the children to think about.